There is only one tool you need to turn ThinkorSwim into the best free day trading scanner available on the market. And in today's video, we are going to build that tool step by step together. The issue with ThinkorSwim scans is that the results are not live updating. You need to actually come back in and manually run the scan again to get a new list of results that align with the filters. But what most people don't realize is that the data in the columns of the results is in fact live updating. So what we're going to do today is we're going to build a custom column that shows us in real time the relative volume of the ticker alongside whether it is pushing highs or pushing lows. That way you will be able to scan for the types of stocks you want to trade and then sort by this new custom column to always see which of those stocks is currently trading heavy volume and giving the best day trading setups. As aforementioned, the filters in a day trading scanner don't really matter within ThinkorSwim. Really, you just want to set up filters that return to you the kinds of stocks you like to trade. For example, this scanner is only showing stocks trading between $1 and $20, only showing stocks that have traded 500,000 shares of volume on the day, and only showing stocks that are up at least 10% on the day. This returns to us a list currently of 55 results from which we will build our custom column that will live update and always be showing us which of these kinds of stocks are currently the strongest. Now, this scanner, along with the custom column we're about to build, are both available for easy import over on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. We're going to come back and talk more about how this website works later in the video. I just wanted to make you aware of it. If you are interested in custom coded ThinkorSwim studies, strategies, scanners, etc., there are over 150 of the ones that I have personally created currently published over on the website. You get access to everything upon sign up. A link to this website will be in the description down below this video. The first problem we want to solve is of relative volume, because what you maybe think you could do is just use the volume column here, sort ascending top down by this, and find which stocks are currently giving you good setups. The issue is I'm currently making this video at 2:10 in the afternoon. If you're looking for day trading setups and afternoon trading sessions, this becomes much more useless. Let's take a look at the top stock on the results right now. XAIR traded 159 million shares of volume on the day. That's extremely high, right? Well, if we go actually look at the ticker, you can see that out of open, yes, got a great huge volume spike, provided you with a lot of volatility, which creates opportunity for day trading. However, now the stock really isn't doing anything. It's not really trading a lot of volume at all, just sort of chopping sideways. Not really something I would be interested in currently looking at for day trading opportunities. So let's begin solving this. Of course, to do that, we are going to need to create a custom column on our scan results here. In order to create a custom column in ThinkorSwim, you're going to click on this really small cog icon to the far right of your column headers and then into customize. This is the modal that allows you to change what columns are showing in the scan results. The column that you are going to look up is custom. Here you will see something like custom 1 through 19. Really, you can double click to add any of those to your current set. Once they're added to your current set, you get this scroll icon that appears next to the custom column. If we click into this, this gives us our custom quote formula from which we can hop into the ThinkScript editor and we can begin to get to work. Now, I want to see the current volume rather than just the volume all day, because we're creating a day trading scanner. I want to look for opportunities that are occurring now, not just what has been strong maybe earlier in the morning or whatever. To do that, very simple. We're going to come into our time frame box here, just simply left clicking on this D. This gives you the drop down of all available time frames available within ThinkorSwim. I'm personally going to go into the 5 minute. That's the time frame I like to trade on. Now, from here, this is a little bit subjective. You're going to select whichever time frame you like trading. Maybe you like to trade the 15. Maybe you're crazy and like to trade the 1. Whatever you like trading, select that intraday time frame. Once again, me personally, I'm going to go with the 5, and I'm going to leave this checkbox checked for include extended hours trading. What that does is that means this scanner, this custom column, is also going to work for you pre-market and after hours traders out there. Anyway, now we can simply type in here the keyword volume. This will now show me, this column will now show me, let's actually run it. This column will now show me the current 5-minute volume rather than the daily candle volume. I could sort ascending top down by this, and I can see once they all load in here, which one is currently trading the most volume on its 5-minute candle rather than just its daily candle. However, that's not everything. That's not exactly what I actually want to see, because there's oftentimes going to be stocks that are just trading a lot of volume right now, but it's because the stock has a very high float or whatever it may be, and it just typically trades heavier volume than other names. So instead of just looking at the 5-minute volume, we want to look at the 5-minute relative volume. To do that, we need to build the percent difference equation. Luckily for us, not a very difficult equation. Actually, let me zoom in on this real quick, just so you can see the code a little bit easier. The percent difference equation, new value minus original value, all divided by the original value, and then of course multiplied by 100 just to make that value into a percent. So our new value is the volume on the 5-minute chart. Great, we've already got that set up. Our original value is going to be the average volume, and let's just say, for example's sakes, over the last 10 candles. So we're using the average function here, which means we open and close parentheses. The parameters within the average function are of data and of length. Separate your parameters with the comma. So we have that set up. That is our new minus original. So let's go ahead and wrap this entire thing in parentheses so that the entire thing, once again, remember, gets divided once again by that original value of the average volume out of the last 10 5-minute candles. Let's wrap this entire equation in parentheses so that the entire thing gets multiplied by 100. As I now hit apply and come out and hit OK, we should see this column, sorry, let me zoom back out. We should see this column now changing from, rather than just showing the gross total volume on the 5-minute candle, to now showing you the percent difference in the current volume versus what it's been trading recently. So as it all sort of loads in here, I can see the first stock on the list. Actually, I can sort of look at this and see its warrants, and it's only traded 600,000 shares on the day. Not that impressive, probably just going to be a single candle spike. So I'm actually going to jump down to the next one, being MGIH, currently trading 198% higher than its average volume on the 5-minute. So if we go into MGIH, let's load this in, and my golly, that is a great first example. Here is a stock that is getting a huge bullish volume spike. That is exactly what we want to see when we are looking at our day trading watch list like this. And remember, since the data in columns in ThinkorSwim scans is live updating, as soon as this thing started to spike, it would have immediately jumped right up to the top of our list. And we actually now, another good example, we actually just moved into a new 5-minute candle, so we can come back into the scanner and we could take a look at, hey, well, what's trading heavy volume now? Once again, the ones at the top kind of trading light volume, so let's move down. I see CIGL trading higher than average volume. Hop into CIGL, we can in fact see that we're getting a little bit of a volume spike here already early in this candle. So you can see now, live updating, as soon as something starts moving, as soon as something starts getting heavy relative volume, going to jump up to the top of our list. You can kind of see all the results here moving around as we watch the tickers. We're not yet done with this column, far from it. Let me say it this way. We have solved the problem of showing current volume, and we're looking at it as a percentage of relative volume. So we know which tickers are currently trading high relative volume on their 5-minute chart. That's great. Next, I want to highlight these cells based on if that ticker is currently pushing into either local highs or, for you reversal, maybe short traders out there, into local lows. So if the stock is trading heavy relative volume and is currently pushing into local highs, not only will it be at the top of your list, but it will also be highlighted green, so you can really hyper focus on those setups. Obviously, vice versa. If you're a dip buyer, they will highlight red, so you can focus on those setups. Hopping back into ticker MGIH so we can talk about the price action that we're going to scan for here. Remember, this being the ticker that we first looked at on the previous candle, getting a huge volume spike. Well, here you go. The next candle is already up from 364. The next candle is already up another 18%. We're only 3 minutes into this candle and we're up another 18, now pushing 20%, all because we were able to, in real time, identify this heavy volume spike. Anyway, coming off that, as this stock continues to push highs, what we're going to scan for now with the price action is we're going to say, if the current candle is trading higher than the highest high value out of the last 10 candles, it will highlight green. So, of course, that would currently be happening on MGIH, because if you look back at the last 10 candles being like this block here, the highest high is of the candle before it, right here at about $4. Since we're up and trading above that, and wow, this thing just keeps going, a great live use case for why you want a custom column like this. Anyway, this one would be highlighting green right now. So let's hop back into our scan tab. Let's hop back into our custom column here, and let's get to work on building out this cell highlighting feature of the column. To do this, of course, we are going to need to add a second line of code. Since we need to add a second line of code, we need to get away from the just writing one line rules, which means that you don't have to initialize a variable, you don't have to end your line of code with a semicolon, etc., etc. Basically, if there's just one line of code, you just have to write it. But if there's multiple, you have to let the machine know that, hey, execute this line, then execute this line, etc., etc. So all we're going to do here is we're going to type in plot. You need to name the variable, name it whatever you want. I'll just call it X, and we'll set that equal to this average, or sorry, relative is the right word I'm looking for, to this relative volume, and then you need to end your line of code with a semicolon. This is like the proper computer science way to write a line of code, and we need to do that because, once again, now we're going to add a second line, and in the second line, we are going to make use of the function called assign background color. This is a function, so we're going to open and close parentheses, and inside of these parentheses, we need to define the parameter, of which assign background color only accepts one, and probably obviously that parameter is of color. Now, of course, we need to set up a logical statement here that says if we're at highs, paint green, if we're at lows, paint red, else don't paint at all. So what we're going to do that, we're going to type in if, we're going to go if close, which represents the current price as well within ThinkorSwim, is greater than the highest function, high value out of the last 10 bars, offset by 1, of course, so that the current candle is not included in this. The current price can never be higher than its own candle high. That can just never be true. So open brackets 1, close brackets offsets that value that we're comparing against by 1. If that is true, then color dot light underscore green. If we're currently at highs, color the cell light green. Else, if close is less than the lowest low value out of the last 10 bars, offset by, sorry, I can't type, offset by 1, then color dot light red. Else, so if neither one of those things are true, then color dot current. Remember, end your line of code with a semicolon. If I typed all that right, the errors should go away. I know that's like kind of a lot of code. Listen, I'm going to show you this at the end of the video, how you import codes, and I will put the share link to this custom column down in the description below this video as well. So if you're like trying to type this in and maybe you're not understanding what I'm saying, it's a little confusing, you're mistyping, you get errors, whatever it may be, don't worry about, you don't have to like hand type copy what I'm saying. you can copy the link down below. And once again, at the end of the video, I will show you how to easily import that into ThinkorSwim. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go ahead and zoom back out here. Let's hit apply. If I've done this correctly, now any stock that's currently pushing highs will be highlighted green. Any stock currently pushing lows will be highlighted red. So now the number one stock, and I actually can't see the value, but one, it doesn't matter. And two, I'll show you how to fix that in just a second. But whatever the relative volume value of this is, puts it at the top of the list. And the stock is currently pushing highs. That is MRM. And look at that. Very high relative volume, currently pushing highs. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I want to be updated on in real time when I'm looking at a day trading scanner. And this tool is just so useful for that. And just so we confirm that it's working the other direction as well, for you dip buyers out there, this one is highlighted red, this one being ticker HL. If we load up HL, we can see it is currently pushing below the lowest low value out of the last previous 10 bars. A lot of you dip buying type traders out there might like this kind of setup better. Whichever one you like, this custom column is built to show you both directions. We're far from done from this video. I still want to show you how you can set up and save this custom column in watch list next to your charts and then be able to link the watch list to your charts so that you can much more quickly access the setups, etc., etc. But just before we do, and since I'm now going to share this code with you, I'm just going to write this pretty quickly, but let's go ahead and assign the value color, at least in this green. In the red, you can still read it fine, but in the green, you can't really read the value color. So let's go ahead and fix that. We're going to go x dot value color. I think it's x dot assign value color. I actually don't exactly remember the function. If that doesn't work, I'll have to look it up. But if close is greater than the highest high out of the last 10 bars offset by 1, then we want our value to be black. Else, we want the value to just remain the same. It looks like assign value color is the correct function. If we go ahead and hit apply on this now, once we see one of the green columns highlight, we should be able to actually read the relative volume number that is painting within it. It's sort of taking a second for everything to load in here. Let's see if I can get one to pop up in real time while I wait for it to load. It won't take this, it only needs to load like this on first run. Once it's running, it doesn't need to do this anymore, so you won't have to worry about this every time. But there we go. So now on your green ones, I can see, okay, hey, it is also trading at 180% of relative volume. What is this stock? I believe it is that ACRV. If we go look at ACRV, look at that. Very high relative volume, currently pushing highs. Just look at how over and over and over, every single stock that we've looked at from the custom column has been just great opportunities. I mean, look, we even started looking at this thing at like 190. It's already pushing up over $2 a share. That's immediate volatility, immediate opportunity for day trading. But these kind of moves happen fast. When you're looking at this hugely increased volatility, the moves happen fast. They can go up fast, they can come down fast. You need to be able to hop onto the opportunity right away, which is why we built the custom column with live updating data. But now let me show you how you can even speed up the process from having to go from scanner to chart, blah, 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 etc. If you click on this small arrow to the left-hand side of your charts, you'll open up this left-hand pane. From here, you can add a watch list gadget. And obviously from this watch list, you can select which that you're looking at. I'm currently looking at my Gapper scanner, which is almost exactly like the scanner that we built. I don't think the stocks have to be below $20, and I think the stocks have to be up at least 20% on the day rather than 10. But anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right click on this cog icon next to the right of my header columns again, and into customize. I am now going to add my column. I never named it, so it's still called custom 1. Whatever you named it, obviously add that column. Now, from our watch list here just in the left-hand pane, while we are looking at our charts, by the way, ACRV continues to push. While we are looking at our charts, we can see here, hey, ACRV right there at the top of the list, 568% high relative volume, currently highlighting green. I can also see, hey, CIGL, another one, high relative volume, currently highlighting green. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. And there's even one more step we can take to speed up this process even more. If you notice here to the right of my watch list name, there is this link icon. Click into this, left click into this, and you can assign any number and color combo you want. So if I go here with yellow and I assign my chart, there is a link icon also next to where you type in the name of the ticker in the top left of your chart. Do the same thing, click on this, make it yellow. Now, anytime I just simply click on a stock from this watch list, it will immediately populate on my chart. So we just got a new 5-minute candle here. I'm sort of waiting to see if anything highlights green. While I'm waiting, I can click on this top stock, OXLC. This stock has really, really flat volume. This is really nothing interesting, but once again, sort of just waiting. Once you get every sort of 5 minutes, you're going to sort of get a little slow start. I'm waiting to see here if something in real time will highlight green, then I can show you what I'm talking about. But anyway, what I'm talking about and what really matters is that now, as soon as an opportunity like ACRV on the previous candle, as soon as it appears, as soon as it highlights green, you just have to simply click on it from the watch list and it auto populates to your chart. So now not only do you have a real live updating day trading scanner within ThinkorSwim, you can now also very easily publish them over into your charts and get ready for some trade setups. I can see here TRON is currently pushing lows. Dip buyers might be interested in that. I'm still sort of while talking here, waiting for something to push highs. I wish something would, but maybe we'll cut and I'll come back to the next opportunity. It is 2:40 in the afternoon. This is very, very typically a difficult time to find day trading setups, but you've seen, there's been 4 or 5 just sort of while coding. There's been like 4 or 5 examples that have popped up even here at 2:30 in the afternoon. If you have a tool like this, you can still find opportunities to day trade and to hopefully make money on the volatility that we're locating. Anyway, let me see if another example pops up. If it doesn't, we'll jump over and we'll talk about how you can easily import this code from this video into your ThinkorSwim so that you don't have to worry about typing everything I did yourself. All right, here we go. I can see we actually just pretty recently got a new 5-minute candle. I can see ACRV is trading 36% higher average volume, jumps it up to the top of the list and currently pushing highs. All I need to do now is click on the stock, immediately jump into this opportunity, and look at this thing still go, by the way. Remember, we first charted this thing at 190 when it made its initial spike, now trading at 217 a share. That is another just inside of 10 minutes here, 15, now 16+% move. You are seeing opportunity after opportunity. And once again, I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but it's just honestly crazy to me, this tool and all this exists for free within ThinkorSwim. Because remember, it's 2:45 in the afternoon. This is not like a normally volatile time that day traders are often looking for setups. But once again, if you have a tool like this, you can find these setups immediately. And now look at how ACRV pushing even higher, up over 225 a share now. Obviously, I'm about to give you all the share link for this code for completely free, but remember, if you are interested in accessing over 150 custom ThinkorSwim columns, much like this one and all just as useful as this one, you can get signed up to my website, daytradingstrategies.net, and you can access all of them immediately. There is both plans for monthly and annual access on my site. I do set my site up as a subscription service because hopefully, as you can tell from the home screen here, I am always adding and updating new codes to forever remain on top of ever-changing market conditions. So I do have it set up as a subscription service, but once again, when you sign up, you get access to everything and you can cancel very, very easily. So if you just want to sign up, gather some codes, then cancel, feel free. I'm not going to be offended. Feel free to do that. So there's the monthly plan, of course, and obviously with the annual plan, you're going to save yourself a little bit of money over the next 12 months of access to every new code I will add to this site. 12 months is a long time, guys. And not only that, with the annual plan and with the annual plan only, you get lifetime access to our Discord server. There is always people in here talking about which stocks are moving throughout the day. So if you're interested in remaining on top of volatility throughout the day, you can obviously use the custom column that I'm about to give you all the share link for, but this is just another great place to be to have an eye on what's going on in the market. There are currently over 515, there's 518 members in the Discord server. That's a lot of people that have signed up for the annual plan and making use of the codes, and it's just a lot of eyes on the market, always talking about what's moving so that you never miss a trading opportunity. I'm about to give you all the share link, I promise. Just quickly look at ACRV. Once again, we first charted this thing at $1.90 because it was getting a relative volume spike, now trading up over $2.60. Just since we identified it live within this video, it has made a 40% move in the last 15 minutes. Just crazy, great live example. Anyway, let me give you the code. Let me show you how you can import this custom column so that you yourself can find setups like this throughout your trading days. All right, I told you all I was going to put the link to this custom column in the description down below this video. I lied. I'm sorry if you already looked down there, but I figured why not give it to you here within the free codes already available on the website. That way you have to navigate to the website to see it. Marketing pro. Anyway, so over on the website, daytradingstrategies.net, which actually is linked in the description down below, you can click on this explore free codes button. And I promise you, these codes really are free. I don't need your email for a newsletter. You don't have to sign up and create an account and you'll get charged in 7 days. It's nothing weird like that. Really, if you go to the website and click on free codes, you'll just be taken straight to this page. Anyway, from this page, you will see here under the scanners, high of day relative volume. I should actually put in the title, this is a column. So it'll probably say HOD relative volume column. When you go to the website, I should probably adjust that. But anyway, all you need to do, and this is true for any of the 150 plus codes on the website, they all have these unique TOS share links. All you need to do is copy this URL. Back within your ThinkorSwim platform, you are going to go to setup in the top right. You are going to go to open shared item, paste in that URL preview and import. I can see here I am importing the DTS high of day relative volume custom column. Go ahead and import that. And then you would simply turn on the code just like you do any other code of that type. So if it's a study, add studies, strategies, turn it on from your scanners, etc. Of course, we just imported a custom column. So just like we created the custom column, we're going to come back into customize here from the cog. Let's get rid of what we built and let's look up the DTS high of day relative volume, relative VO. It will be called, I guess the name is too long. Anyway, go ahead and hit OK on that. We are now running the code in our ThinkorSwim. And this code is now yours. Any of the codes you decide to import from the website, they are your codes. It's not like if you decide to unsubscribe from the website, you'll lose access, anything like that. No. And you can even come into the cog of it. For example, if you want to, why did this get unchecked, by the way? If you want to go check that box, so extended hours are selected if you want to change the time frame. Maybe if you want to look at like the average volume of the last 20 bars instead of the last 10, however you want to update and adjust the code a little bit, you can do all that. The code is yours. You can read it. You can edit it. It will be saved to your ThinkorSwim account forever. As long as your ThinkorSwim account exists, it will be saved within it. So just another important note, but that is how you can easily import, once again, any of the custom codes from my website into your ThinkorSwim locally. I hope you all make use of this code. I hope it helps you find a ton of trading opportunities. Honestly, I didn't like build this code before this video or anything. This was a live build, so I got to see the results the same time as you all did today, and I myself am very excited to use this new custom column. Anyway, daytradingstrategies.net into explore free codes to go import that custom column code. While you're over there, maybe read the reviews, decide for yourself if this is something that could help accelerate your personal trading journey. Sign up today and become a better trader immediately.